taking a review of the level of service that we offered to our customers during that time when your complaint was logged.
Right.
And it's concerned that the complaint may not have been fully investigated or fairly resolved. So what I'll do is I'll go through the complaint with you, and then you'll be able to let me know if you'd like to have it reopened. Is that okay?
Yeah, go on then, because I can't remember what this complaint was, and but yeah, fire away.
Not a problem. So it says, let's have a look. Kindly explain why you telephoned. Okay, so it looks as if we called you and your TPS registered.
Right, so let me get this straight. So the complaint was because you guys had phoned me up in December 2010, yeah?
And let's have a look.
So you've mail shot me now, yeah?
So you wanted to find out exactly how we got your telephone number.
Yeah.
And so that's why the complaint was logged.
Yeah, and what was the answer to that? Because I must admit, I don't even remember the complaint, so I can't. I get inundated with phone calls and mail shots, and I'm MPS registered as well, which is why I was a bit surprised to get this letter, because I don't have any business dealings with your company, you see.
Okay, so let's have a look. The resolution to the complaint was you received a letter of apology, and also you was explained that it will take about 6 weeks to take full effect to get you off the system. Now, in terms of the letter that you've just received, it hasn't gone through our marketing department, so it's not a case of it's just general mail that goes out. This has actually gone to you because the complaint was logged on our system. So because the complaint was logged and we've undergone an internal review, we've had to contact all of our customers who had complaints logged at that time. So that's why you would have received the letter to find out if you'd like to have it reopened, or if you were happy with the resolution to the complaint. Then if you don't want it reopened, then we'll leave it as it is.
Well, I tell you what, Juanita, it's not your fault. You sound, quite diligent and stuff like that. Managed to reopen this complaint themselves because, quite simply, what I do now, I'm so fed up with getting letters from people that I don't deal with. I don't know if you saw the recent case in the press, but there was a payday loan company and there was a PPI loan company, or PPI reclaim company. Both lost recent cases, I believe, and it was deemed as harassment under the Protection from Harassment Act 1997 for continually sending letters out, etc. And what I find rather amazing is that you guys telephoned me in December 2010. I complained, you sent me an apology saying it would take 6 weeks to get my information, which is my private property, my private data, off your systems, and here you are writing to me again. Unfortunately, Juanita, I'm charging you £295 for this letter, and if I have to take this to a small claims court, I will. So you might want to it's not your fault, I'm not having a go at you, you've been fine. But can you see the irony in sending me this letter?
Certainly, I do totally appreciate that.
So you've just breached the mailing preference service by sending me a letter to see whether I wanted to reopen a complaint about the telephone preference service breach. This is a breach of data protection, and as you're no doubt aware, under the Universal Declaration of Rights, this government has a duty to protect those rights for me. One of those rights is that I have the right to have my data handled in accordance with my wishes. And I've already told your organisation I didn't want to deal with you, I didn't want to do business with you, and you shouldn't even be holding my data. You're still holding it, and you've written to me. Now, I understand what you've said, okay, I can comprehend the reasons that you've said that, but now we are going to be doing business because you now owe me £295, and I've actually given you a discount because I normally charge £495 for a breach of this nature. So what
I'll do.
So if you want to, as I say, Juanita, you'll have to employ this tactic yourself. If anyone gives you aggravation, just charge them. I do it all the time now. Okay. And I sue any company that doesn't pay up.
Okay, well, what I'll have to do is I'll have to, do you actually want this one reopened? Because from everything that you've said to me, I will have to log a new complaint for you.
Well, you log a new complaint.
I've contacted you again.
Yeah, sure. What you're going to have to do, I'm going to give you precisely 21 days to sort this out, because I'm nice like that. I'm charging £295, and if this has to go to court, or if I have to write in and chase that up, I will be charging you £35 a letter. All right? I want to know answers to the following questions. Number one, your letterhead, apart from your logo, doesn't have an address on there, a company registration number, a registered address, or anything. I understand that to be a breach of Companies House rules. So that's number one. Number two, your letter doesn't even have a date. It's dated the 12th of December, but there's no year. And I received this the other day. So I don't know what happened there. Thirdly, for some reason, you've maintained my details on your computer systems when you actually sent me a letter assuring me that you would remove them on the 10th of December 2010 within 6 weeks. So you didn't keep your promise. So you guys, not you, but your guys, your colleagues, are liars.
Okay.
Right? So, and not only did you breach the TPS the first time, but now you've breached the mailing preference service. This is harassment. I'm sorry, it's not your fault, but this is harassment. And I don't know who's responsible for this, but I would love to see proof that they shouldn't be fired. Or I'd love to someone to prove why they shouldn't be fired. But I'm going to give you guys 21 days, and then I'm issuing proceedings under the Protection from Harassment Act 1997, and under the MPS and the TPS and the Data Protection Act 1998. Do you understand?
Yep, so it's the Harassment Act 1997.
Protection from Harassment Act 1997. You can check that in Google. There were 2 recent cases, and I've recorded this whole call. I'm sure you guys have as well. I'm happy for you to have recorded this call, but you can only keep it in your records purely for this function. I want to know why you kept my details as my private property in your computer systems, having sent me a letter back in December 2010, and one thing I would like you to do is actually send me a copy of that letter. I won't charge you for that one, but I'd like a copy of that letter from 2010 stating that you were going to remove all my details within 6 weeks, and then I'd like an explanation as to why you didn't do it.
Okay.
Together with the cheque for £295 made payable to me.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log a new complaint for you.
Yeah.
I will advise that it can take up to 8 weeks in order for the...
No, well, I'll be issuing court papers in 3 weeks, so it's your choice.
Okay, well, I will certainly put that on the system for you. But
No worries.
It is my duty to explain exactly how our processes do work.
I don't care how your process works. My process works. If you don't pay me in 3 weeks, I'll be seeing you in court. That's my process. I don't care about your...
Log that down for
Yeah,
you.
Juanita, I don't care about your process. Let's get this straight, because I don't have business with your company. I don't want business. You are harassing me. Okay? It's not your fault. I really am not having a go at you. Okay, yourself. But you've got to understand, this is the most ridiculous scenario. It's like me coming up to someone, punching them in the face and saying, "Hi, I just wanted to see whether or not it still hurt and whether you wanted to complain about the first time I punched you in the face. Oh dear, you complained about me committing a crime back then. Are you going to complain about me committing a crime now?" Well, this is just reopening a wound. Who had the bright idea of doing this? I do not know. I don't know who had the bright idea of rewriting to someone who you shouldn't have phoned in the first place. it's just absolutely mental. I tell you, you've just earned me £295. So I do appreciate that, at least anyway, Juanita.
Okay, I will log it for you. You will be receiving another letter in 5 days, just as an acknowledgement of the complaint, and I'll get that one for you.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. But as I say, I'm holding this 21 days. If I were you, I'd get this over to your bosses. I've got 2 companies in small claims at the moment. I think I've never actually lost a case on mail shots and phone calls. So you've got 3 weeks, and then I'll be issuing proceedings, and every letter will be £35 thereafter. All right, I'll be sending you 3 letters probably after this, just to shore up some agreement. Then I'll be issuing proceedings, and then it's going to probably be the standard £100 per hour for my time and trouble. So I'll leave that with you guys. You've got a telephone number for me, haven't you?
Bear with me a second. There is one logged on the complaint.
There is? Why have you got one logged on the complaint if you said you were going to take my number off of it? Trick question.
On our systems where we actually use to dial a customer.
Yeah,
the purpose of the complaint only.
Sure.
Want me to remove it for you?
Well, you're going to probably have to use that one in order to give me a tinkle back, because at the end of the day, as I say, I expect within 3 weeks a cheque for £295.
So you're happy for us to call you in terms of the resolution?
You can phone that, and then literally I want all of my details eradicated from your computer system, bleach poured over the computer system. I don't want anything to do. You're owned by British Gas, aren't you?
No, we don't have anything to do with British Gas.
No, nor do I. That's what I asked. So who are you guys owned by then?
We're yeah.
Yeah, but as I say, I wouldn't know that from your letterhead.
Okay, is there not an address at the bottom of the letter?
Nope.
Okay, then. I have noted that on your complaint as well.
Yeah, so it just breaches company's house rules. That's free. You get that advice for free. So yeah, as I say, you need a. There's no telephone apart from this telephone number in the text. There's no address. There's no company registration number. There's no data protection license number. There's nothing about who by. What's the limited company name? What's the PLC company name? There's no nothing. It's quite amateurish, really.
Okay, then I certainly have logged all of that for you.
Yeah.
And somebody will be in contact with you regarding the complaint.
Cheers, Juanita. And as I say, I'm not having a go at you. You have a great day, all right? I'm sorry to come on to you and give you aggro. All right, you take care.
And you too.
Bye. Excellent. So it's 12 minutes, 28 seconds, and that is an easy 295 quid.